It's Reverend Lance. We're continuing this series, and I want to say you may or may not agree with some of the things that I'm going to say in the upcoming videos. But whether you agree or not or disagree, that's not the point that I'm focusing on. My focus is to work to eliminate the stigma of mental illness, homosexuality, addiction, Mormonism, and HIV and AIDS. Because, number one, the Bible says we should not judge anyone on the basis of race, gender, age, sexuality, and appearance. But man has a habit of judging, and if I condemn someone because I don't agree with their lifestyle, or I make an assumption that, like, for example, all mentally ill people are criminals, then I'm guilty of being judgmental. The Bible says you shall not judge, Matthew 7:1-2 and John 7:24. Ignorant people will continue to spread rumors about the 5 things that I mentioned: mental illness, homosexuality, addiction, Mormonism, and HIV and AIDS. These rumors exist in order to put fear into the public. With mental illness, the stigma is that they are all criminals, and the other stigma is that mental illness is a myth. Dr. Thomas Szasz is the author of The Myth of Mental Illness. He wrote that book in 1974. He believed there was a myth because it cannot be physically seen. You cannot physically see the disease. He thought it was a myth because he could not understand it. I don't even know how he was qualified to be a psychiatrist when he believed that mental illness was a myth. But if we look at the history of the American Psychiatric Association, or the APA, we will understand how and why they were able to get away with the idea of calling mental illness a myth. Prior to 1973, the American Psychiatric Association referred to homosexuality as a mental illness. This belief came from a religious background. The Bible was mistranslated in 1946. And Leviticus 18:22 referred to homosexuality as an abomination. Leviticus 8:13 encouraged homosexuals to be put to death. That is what the Bibles that were published after 1946 said. It referred to homosexuality as an abomination. But prior to 1946, Leviticus 18:22 and 2013 originally read, "Child sex abusers are an abomination to our Creator God. They should be put to death." The Roman Catholic Church in 1946 changed it to, "Man shall not have sex with a man. It is an abomination. They should be put to death." Leviticus 18:22, 2013, published after 1946. I was always a history major in college. If I didn't study history, I would not have known that particular truth. I got the truth in choosing to self-educate myself. 2016 was an interesting year. It was the year that the Proud Boys and the KKK, or the Ku Klux Klan, stated that the old Reich had been resurrected. It would be the presidential election that would change the face of American history. Donald Trump ran against Hillary Clinton. You had the greater evil and the lesser evil. Hillary Clinton represented the greater evil. Donald Trump represented the lesser evil. Hillary was prejudiced against black people. Her husband, Bill Clinton, got caught up in that Monica Lewinsky scandal in 1999. But she was being investigated for voter fraud. I do my homework, and I'm glad I didn't vote for Hillary Clinton. I would never vote for Hillary Clinton. She represents the greater evil. And it was a good thing that Trump won the presidency at that time. And I know a lot of people, they don't like Trump, but I like him because he speaks his mind. He even though he's racist, he speaks his mind. And that's what I like about Trump. He speaks his mind. I might not agree with everything he say, but he speaks his mind.